All right, so this is the third video for the affordable house design. So in this one, we're going to pretty much finish up the floor plan, put in actual floor, roof, dimensions, actual doors and windows, and yeah, update the floor plan. All right, so first and foremost, start off, go to your floor plan, your first floor. We're gonna duplicate this. And so you right click, say duplicate view, duplicate with detailing. All right, and then the copy, make that your first floor dash room. All right, I should have probably done this in the last video, but either way. So go to your room plan, delete out, click on this, delete it, and then just drag over the new one, the floor plan room. That way we don't lose our just general room plan, okay? Because this one's gonna be the one with more detail. So click on the room tags and delete. You're gonna get an error message, the room tag was deleted, but the corresponding room still exists. So the whole point is that your schedule is still there, all the information from that room is still there. All right, and then delete the, actually, no, don't delete the floor. You can actually just change the floor to the one that you actually want. So instead of the generic one, wood joist, 10-inch with either wood finish or ceramic tile, or wood truss with 12-inch carpet finish, kind of your call. I'm going to use the 10-inch wood flooring. All right, you can go ahead and look at this in the 3D view, so you can kind of see that. But the thing is, it's there. I don't want to see it because it's going to get in the way. So I'm going to click on it, right click, say hide in view. So again, hiding it means it's still there. I can bring it back if I ever want to, but it's just, annoying. So I'm going to hide that. Okay. All right. And then hide in view. Oh, all these room tags, hide in view category. That way, if I scroll over top of them, they're going to get in the way. I don't want that. Let's delete out all these doors and windows that I put temporarily. Those are just annoying. Those are not the real ones. Those were just random ones. Okay. And there we go. Let's see. So we have floor, we have walls. One thing we don't have yet is a roof. So if you go to the architecture tab, you do want to put in a roof. It's going to have to be sloped. It's supposed to be a gable roof. Let's make sure we look back at the project requirements, the affordable house. Where do I have it? Right here. So it's going to have a crawl space underneath. That's going to be important when we do the foundation. We'll figure that out. Foundation, concrete, accessibility. So roof pitch. So roof construction cell consists of trusses on 16-inch centers with 7/16 OSB rated panels. It's going to be 512 slope with gable ends. All right, so make sure that it's a 512 slope with gable ends. So the long axis for my roof goes left to right. So this is where the slopes are going to be, and then this is where the gable ends are going to be. All right. So overhang, it has to have an overhang. Let's double check what it says. Gable ends, I don't see any requirement on the overhang, but I typically do a foot. So we'll do foot. And there we have it. So make sure you click define slopes. So for whenever define slopes is checked, it's going to be slope there. Change that to 512 instead of 912. And then over here too, change that also to 512. And then turn off define slope so that way there and there, because otherwise that would turn into a hip roof. And you can kind of see which ones have slopes there and there. Say okay. You can go to 3D view. Whoops, I made a mistake. I put the roof on the floor plan, which is a mistake. So what I should have done is base level. So what I should have done is go to the roof and done this here. All right, so go to roof. This is the way you should do it. Go to roof. define slopes, all that stuff. All right, so go through the whole process. Or if you just quit, yes, so I'll quit that. Or what I could do here is click on this, and the base level should have been the roof. And hit apply. Now if I go to 3D view, there we have it. Now it's the right size. Okay. Now we need to attach the walls to the roof. So if I hover over top of a wall so that you see one is kind of being selected, but then I hit tab, that selects all the walls, and then I click. Then you say attach top base, click on the roof, and you're done. So now if you go around, you can see you have floor, roof, walls, everything. The problem though is you cannot see into your house anymore when the roof is on if you're in this view. So there is a way to be able to see into it. So you go to the properties browser over here and you click on the section box. So the section box is active. What this does is allows you to see while you're in 3D view into the building. All right, so you can kind of cut it at different section heights. You can also go side view and see into the side of your building too. So this way you can kind of cut sections while you're working. This doesn't kind of affect anything else. Be careful with what's it called? VR, virtual reality, because that does kind of chop things up here a bit. But this way I can kind of see different levels of the house. So there's part of the roof, but I can see down into it now. Okay, and then if you ever want to turn that off, you just click that, turn it off. So you want to usually try to turn that off when you go to VR. Okay, so there we have it. All right, so that's the roof, that's the floor. So let's go back here, first floor plan. Let's place the actual doors and windows that we are going to use. So again, make sure you're referencing the requirements here. So let's see, doors and windows. So doors and hardware, the following describes doors: 2 steel-clad entry insulated doors, be 3 feet inches, and they should be 6-panel half moon light. Attic access should be provided. Windows, all windows shall be white vinyl, single hung, tilt in, low E, double pane, meeting thermal envelope requirements. All right. Every bedroom shall have at least 1 window, meet minimum egress requirements. That's standard. Kitchen, dining room will have at least 2 windows, or double and 1 single. In the basement, again, we're not doing a basement, so don't need to worry about that. So big takeaway here, 2 doors to the outside. Doors will be 3 feet wide, so 36 inches, and then there'll be 6-panel with a half moon light if we can find that in Revit. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what we can find. So click on door. We're going to need to load some doors, so go to load family. So doors, you might have some here. If you go to residential, you probably see some more. We need to do, let's see. So door exterior, single entry, half arch, wood clad. Or this one. So those are the ones that are preloaded into Revit. We might be able to find some others, but I know it doesn't meet the habitat standards fully. You get to choose which one you want to use, this one or this one. Again, not a ton of options here, what's preloaded into Revit. So we'll say open. At a later time, I'll show you how to maybe go find something different. We're 36 inch, so it has to be the bigger one. And say, okay. So interior doors always open into the house, or doors always open into the house, and they should open against a wall. Okay, so there we have that. Again, you can kind of go into Revit, see what it looks, into the 3D view, see what it looks like. So go back here now. Now let's do the interior doors. So again, doors, load family. We're going to do some interior doors. I tend to like the 6-panel doors. That's what I have in my house. And for different stuff, you need different sizes. Normally, you'd have either a 7-foot or an 8-foot door. Just to remember, our room height is 9 feet, so we can accommodate an 8-foot high door if you want to. So go to doors, load family. I'm going to do the 6-panel doors. So just because we have enough space to do the 8-foot, I'm going to do 8-foot doors. If you want to do 7-foot doors, you can. For as many rooms as possible, I'm going to use a 3-foot door. But for some closets or something like that, you might need to do some smaller ones. So I'm going to put in a couple different sizes here. All right, and I will go down to the 2'4", just in case I need to go something that small, depending on the size of some of these closets. All right, so I'm gonna start with the larger doors and use that where possible. So, yep, that will fit there. Just kind of keep on going around using those doors where possible. All right. Flip that one around, hit the space bar to flip it around. Space bar to flip it around. So you see that door doesn't fit there, so I have to use a smaller one. Let's try the 30-inch. Does the 30-inch? Nope, the 30-inch is too big. Let's go down to that. Okay, even the that one's not big enough, so I have to load a few more. So the 6-panel, I've already loaded up to the 2'4", so I need to go maybe those. Let's see if either one of those will work. Let's go down to 24. Yep, so that'll finally work. So again, some closets, you might need to do some smaller ones. Let's see, over the pantry, probably use a smaller one too. And then for this bathroom, I'll go back to the larger ones. And then that bathroom's already done. And then let's see. Oh, the closets. So I've already loaded it, and I actually kind of like these. These are the 2-panel closet doors. Let's see. It's done there. Oh, and the one thing that's in my plan that I forgot to even put in there, they have like a little linen, I don't know if it's a closet or just shelving. I think it's really just shelving. It's kind of open linen area. That way you can have, shelving for towels, stuff like that. Yeah, so I'm gonna put that there. Make sure I do that. All right, now it's time for windows. And so let's remember the windows say, all windows shall be white, vinyl, single hung, tilt in windows. Okay, so go to window. So there's double hung, there's casement, and there's fixed. So load family, go up, go down to windows. So click on single hung, open, and so you get to choose the size of the windows. For a lot of people like larger windows, lets more light in. So that's definitely something that I prefer. So where possible, I'm going to use this larger window over top, like in a bathroom. If you have a window, I'm not going to do that for any of mine, but especially in a kitchen, a lot of times the window is smaller because it has to go up over the countertop. So I'm going to use this size window for most everything. And when when I actually do the kitchen, I'm probably going to have to update the window and change it. But for now, I'm just going to use, instead of, so I'm going to stick with a 3'2" and just do the 2'8" and the 3'1", just because I'm not sure exactly which one first. Okay, so let's use the larger one. So let's start placing a couple of these, and I'm just going to place them based kind of where the plan has it for me. The plan that I'm working off of has it. This is where the kitchen is, so that's going to be the smaller window. And then there's a window here and a window here and 2 windows here. And then I'm going to switch to the smaller window here, put that above the kitchen. All right, so now if I go around the house, there we have it. Looks like I'm looking at the back of the house. So there's the front of the house. So something's happening here where this window might be inside, wrong side out. So if I go back to the first floor plan, yep, that's the double air suite on the outside of the window. Excuse me. Apologize for that. So again, go back here. You see that this is the smaller window, but something actually did the kind of opposite of what I wanted. What I wanted was for the top of the windows to be flush, not the bottoms of the windows. And so if you click on here, the sill height is 3 foot, and the head height is 8'2". So what I want to do is I want to switch it so the head height is 8'2". Hit apply, and that'll adjust the sill height for me. Again, this might be a bit too tall or too small. Like smaller window, I can probably make it a bigger window that can come down a little further, because these windows here are pretty large. All right, so there we have that for now. All right, let's keep on going. So I have the doors and the windows. The only thing I haven't really done is place the windows exactly where I want them to. I just kind of generally just put them there. I haven't really fully put them exactly where I want them. So what I mean by that is, let's go ahead and start dimensioning. According to my plan, from here to the middle of the windows here should be, actually no, let's do the way around. I'm going to dimension this window first. You always measure to the middle of the window. It should be 4'1 3/4". It's 4'2½", pretty close. So I'm going to click this. You have to activate the dimension. That way you can move it. And now you can say 4 foot 1.75. All right. This is a little weird where the double windows, it goes to the middle here, which doesn't really, isn't something that is typically done. So let me just do it this way. I'm going to activate that dimension and say this is going to be 6 foot. And then this, activate that dimension, is going to be 3'9". Okay. And then this dimension here is going to be, in my plan, 4'4". And from here, oops, activate that dimension. That should be 6'9 1/4". This one all the way out here, from here to here, to the kitchen window, should be 16 9.5 about. Okay. let's see. The doors were also kind of randomly placed. I'm going to measure from the middle of this wall to here, 2 foot. Let's just keep that. That's a nice round dimension. Keep the dimensions as simple as possible. So let's activate that dimension. That should be, that's much further over. It should be, I think about 8 foot. Okay. And some of this you just kind of make up as you go. Some of them are not dimensioned. I'm realizing a lot of them are not dimensioned, so I'm going to just kind of make them go where I want to. So let's make that one also 8 foot. Kind of make it uniform. We'll make that one 7 foot. Oops. Gotta click on that. Let's see if I can do 8 foot. Yeah, okay, so that'll be nice and uniform distance from both sides. That way the side of the house will look pretty uniform, which is always nice. And we'll just continue on. I'm going to just continue on with this 8 foot idea. Activate dimension, 8 foot. Okay. And then here, I want these to be centered in this room. So, or equally spaced from the walls from the inside of the room. So let's activate that. Make that 3.6. Or let's move this one first. Activate that dimension. Make that 3'6". Let's see if I can make this one 3'6". Okay, so that will be nice and even there. And then again, let's check this center of this door, 2 foot. Okay, perfect. All right, so these are all temporary dimensions. Let's get rid of those. And now we are going to try the best we can to fully dimension this layout the way an architect would. So there's 3 levels of dimensions. There's the overall outer dimension. That's the outermost layer. So that's like from not wall faces. So we're gonna do from face of core. So from the outside of the stud here to the outside of the stud here is 40 feet. The next layer of dimension is from exterior walls to interior walls. Exterior walls always go from the outside of the core and they go to the center of the wall. So center there, and outside edge. And then the innermost layer of dimensions. Oh, and we want to do a chain dimension. So let me just review what I just did there. So I just keep on clicking. I don't just double click. So I click the outside edge, the center line, and outside edge. And then the only time I click up here is, and it kind of snaps in just underneath right there. All right, and then let's do that again. So the innermost dimensions are measuring the rough openings, any doors and windows. So as I go along this, I see a window here, and then a center line. I don't see any rough opening here, so I'm not going to dimension anything here. But from here, I see a rough opening here, see a rough opening here. Rough opening means door or window. A rough opening here, and then I have to get all the way out to here. Okay? So that exterior wall is fully dimensioned. All right, let's fully dimension this exterior wall. So there's the outermost. And then the next inner is to any walls. So there's an interior wall, there's an interior wall, there's another interior wall, and to the outside. And then from the exterior to the interior, there's nothing to no rough opening in the middle of that. So I'm going to end this one here, bring that up. And then from here to this rough opening to the center of this wall, and bring that up. Okay. Just going to go around all 4 exterior walls, do the same thing. So outside to outside, outside to the center of the wall, to the center of the wall, to the center of the wall, to the outside, and then outside to the center of the rough opening. And I kind of look ahead, there's no rough opening here, so I'm going to end this dimension. Oops, try that again. Outside to the center of the rough opening, to the center of this interior wall, place that there. There's not a rough opening here. All right, so center of the wall, center of the rough opening, center of the rough opening. Well, there are rough openings here, so just keep on going. So that's a nice long chain. There we go. And then I have one more exterior wall to do. So there's the outside dimension. There's no second layer because there's no interior walls that touch this one. So it's just the 2 layers. There's not always a third, not always 3 layers. And because of that, I can actually drag this one in a little bit. Okay. So there we have it. That's the exterior dimensioning. And now interior dimensioning. You got to be careful with interior dimensions because you can end up just getting a complete mess, everything overlapping, all this kind of crazy stuff. So don't over-dimension, but also you need to make sure you don't under-dimension. So what I mean by that is I want to dimension from the outside edge here to the center of this wall, to the center of this wall, to the center of this wall. I missed the center of that wall. Let's try this again. Outside edge, center, 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 and outside edge. All right, and the carpenter will just place this door, center, so that you don't need to identify where those doors are going to go. So that when they're interior, it's a little less kind of crazy to have to locate all those. All right, there's nothing to dimension along here, but along this side, this face there is. So I'm going to go from outside edge of this wall, because that's kind of like your end wall, to here, to here, to here, and fully dimension this hallway essentially. All right. Here to the outside edge here. Okay. I don't need to do this closet again, this width here, because that's already pretty much done for me. But I'm gonna, at this point, dimension from here to here. And so the other side of the hallway, essentially. Okay. And now I got to do some of the verticals. So I've already done that wall. So let's go here to here. And go to there. Oops. Try that one more time. I hit escape by accident. Here to here. To most likely the center line, because that's where this one's already lined up. And then place it. And then the last couple to do are some of these verticals. So we'll do the outside edge. So I've already got that one. So I've already pretty much got that. The only one I do need to do is, there's a couple I need to do here. So this center to this center, so for that linen closet, I can actually make that a nicer number. Let's make that 3'4". And then I've already got those. So that's pretty much fully dimensioned. Okay. All right. So that's fully dimensioned. And now we need to, the last thing we're going to do is make a door and window schedule and also place this on the floor plan. So let's check our zoom. So we need to make sure the zoom goes out enough so that we can actually see all the dimensions. So we're not cropping any of those out. We'll see if, so go to floor plan, try to drag this out. Hopefully it will fit. Might be a little big. Yeah, so unfortunately because of this, maybe I can drag that up. I would really like to fit this on the plan. Like this. It just fits. So I just need to move this line up. There we go. It works. Not the best. Not something I would maybe do professionally with that being right there, but it just looks a lot better like this than if I were to change the scale to a 3/16 of an inch and then go back here. That just is way too small. All right, so that's why I prefer leave it like that. All right, so that's dimensioning, and now we need to make a door and window schedule. So go back to the first floor plan, analyze schedule and quantity. We're going to do doors first. Say OK. And you want to do the, let's see. Oh, one thing before I do this, I almost forgot. We want to put marks on here so that the contractor knows, which doors are which. All right, so I almost got a little ahead of myself. So we're going to do annotate, tag by category. So these are going to be window tags. Let's see. I don't want a leader. And let's see. Okay. All right. So if you just let me undo what I'm doing right now because I'm just kind of running through. So all right. So if I escape out, I'm going to do tag by category. I'm going to unclick leader, and that way it's going to just, I'm going to click on every door and window. All right. So I'm just clicking on all the doors and windows right now. Whoops. Okay. Oops. We've got all the doors and windows tagged now. All right. Let's see. Edit type. All right. So now we have all those. And what we're going to do is we are going to create a door and window schedule. So analyze, schedule, quantities. Like I said, let's do doors first. Construction, okay. So first it's going to be the family, the type, Some important information are the rough opening dimensions. So rough height, rough width, and then the actual height and width. All right. Say, let's see, sorting. So you want to sort by family, sort by type, and you want to uncheck itemize every instance. The whole point is if you itemize every single instance, it's going to be, all, whatever, 15, 20 of them. So you have one repeated a whole bunch, it's going to show up that many times. So undo that and say okay. And there we go. So I'm trying to show the family show up a bit more. The one thing, I'll have to come back later and fix this, is to put in the type mark. All right. So now let's go back to analyze, schedule and quantities. We'll do a window schedule now. So windows, okay. So again, family. Where's that? So family, type, rough height, rough width, sill height. That's another important thing for that a door doesn't really have, because the door sits on the ground. The actual height and the actual width. And we'll do the type mark. The type mark's going to actually go first. I should have put that first. Say okay. Oops, and see this, I totally forgot to hit don't itemize everyone. So you see there's a whole bunch of these 20s. So what you do is you go to the window schedule, and how do we edit that again? Oops. Oh, click on edit up here, sorting. So we sort by family, sort by type, and item. I say hit enter. Okay, so now it shows we have only 2 types of windows. All right. So you're going to put those on the schedules. So door schedule and a window schedule. All right. And at this point, I think I'm going to come back and try to figure out how to get the doors to show up a different way. These are just numbering them. I want the type mark instead of the numbering, so we'll come back later and show you how to do that. All right, so still need to finish up the door and window schedule. 2 things I noticed. So first of all, the window tags, you see that all the windows that are the same are marked with 20, and then there's 18, it's a little bit different. So you can go to the window schedule. I have them organized by 18 and 20. One thing I did forget is a quantity, so I'm going to need to go back and put that in there. So let's actually do that. You click here, you hit edit fields, and you scroll until you see count. Put that in there. I'm going to move that up because that's pretty important. Have that be second and say okay. So there we go. That's a really important thing for the contractor to know. All right, so doors though, the door schedule, they have type marks, but when you go to the actual plan, the exterior doors are not marked with a 10. It's like a 16 and a 15. So those are the instance things. So like the way Revit did it is like it's the 15th item I put in there, 16th item, stuff like that. So that's not the way I want it. So if you click on one of the door tags and you say edit family, brings you to this screen. If you click on the number and you say edit label, what I want it to do instead of mark, I want it to be the type mark. So bring that over, bring this out, and say apply OK. And load into project and close. And say yes to save. You want to replace it? Yes. Overwrite the existing. All right, so now they're all marked, whatever the same doors are, they're marked appropriately. So now go to my door schedule, click edit fields. I have type and type mark. I forgot to put count in there. So move count up. And I want to put the type mark higher up and say okay. Oh, and I almost forgot sorting. I want to undo itemize every instance. So now if I go here, I have 4 different types of doors. Type mark 10, the counts of each of them. These are the names of them and the information. All right. And so now if you go to the schedule, it looks, I need to move some stuff around a little bit, make it easier to read, but that's all the information you're going to need. Okay. All right, so now at this point, the floor plan and the door and window schedule are ready. Go ahead and print those, and you're good to go for video 3, or round 3.